Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ostiarius, but you can call me Osti, and welcome back for more The Great Ace Attorney. Good evening, Cyberbot. Should we do a recap? Let's do a recap. We are at the start of the second case. We were put on a boat as a stowaway to follow our best friend Kazuma to go to Great Britain. I did not adjust my sound, just a second. To study law. And then, while we were sleeping inside the wardrobe, he died. Because he's the best friend, which means he always dies early. We are now talking with... What was his name? Shermok? No. Hermok Shones? I think that's how they make the fake name. And he's investigating the case, and we are trying to see what he knows. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please, what two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Oh yes, but first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ostiarius, but you can call me Osti, and welcome to the second fucking try of this game. Hopefully today it works. We are exactly as we were last time. Okay, let's try it again. Good evening, Cyberbot. Two facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us please, what are the two facts that were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Oh yes, but first, let us be precise. I'm a fucking genius. Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. He wasn't. Although, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying machine left by the victim on the floor. This is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kuzma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue fill in their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was not Russian. Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer, a certain robot guard, perhaps. But in the interest of truth... Oh my fucking god! And that's okay, that's how you get better at a language. You need to do this shit. Trollness. In the interest of trueness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe, there at least, where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is that I'm a Russian too? Because he thinks Kazuma is a Russian and he thinks Kazuma was with you. I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Or school uniform a traditional dress of the Russian people? And I have no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Are we also gonna find out he's left-handed, even though should be more than enough? No visible wounds on the head. His bandana was removed. No, he is wearing it. There's a line here, but I'm not sure. I don't see any visible wounds. Yeah. This is the first time I actually see him like this. Since we know that this was made by the killer, the question becomes, did he even die here? Or his body was... No. His body was absolutely artificially put here after he was killed. Which means the deaths could have been not even in this room. That's a possibility. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yeah, thank you. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court records. Is this the first object? Yeah, this is the first thing. No, this line could just be a detail. This dark line. There's a dark line here that it could just be like the clothing. I don't think there is any point in looking at this shit because this is worthless. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, Ray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia? Oh yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly. If it interests you. I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Can you talk about your deduction before the thing you conclude about me, I mean? Oh, the famous accurately troubling predicament you find yourself in? Actually, it was the other detail that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16? Yes. The more sordid detail. It was fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning paper. The main headlines reads: Revolutionary villain Borshev flees Russia via Shanghai. Yep, that looked like us. That makes sense. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma Russian? Sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to do. Why are we spending so much time on such a dumb plot point? The culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary, one who would kill the very man who helped him escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. No. How could that be me? That doesn't even look like me. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other detail? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. I miss Final Fantasy III. I should play that game again at some point in my life. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those details in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do the revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with the newspaper reporter? And what about the part where you say I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article, Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? Is Afghanistan place? Here, take the paper for yourself. There's a little memento, this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I have observed all that is of interest to me with its past pages, but I see no rubbish being nearby. Really? This is going to be a relevant thing? Newspaper, the Russian newspaper, the headline reads... Oh, here is the actual important piece of information. Well, let's go one by one. Okay, this is the only thing we can click. Oh, it's something nice. I'm afraid I cannot read a word of Russian. Me neither. No idea what this says. Oh, the part of you Flounder is a source. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article... Don't survey... My goodness, he is for some... Was the photograph alright? Solution, of course. Just shave it off. I'm just looking at the face structure to think if there was someone who looked like that. Not quite sure that's the problem. Okay, now let's actually talk about the important thing. Only the picture. Okay. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. Cannot read a word, I'm afraid. Neither can I. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess? No, ballerina here. She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? Horned dog? I can't make any sense of this. I'm glad you noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see picture, which is worth 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is that? No clue. Must be worth a lot. If tiara is property of the Novovich Ballet, it would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Mr. Pavlov and the valuable tiara. Pavlov. They have requested international assistance at all ports with sailing to Great Britain. Could it be another case of a Russian fleeing the motherland? Doesn't seem to be a Russian thing to do. It does seem... Sorry. Oh, there is no history here, huh? Not even going to dignify that response, Mr. Naruhodo. Article, and we added her. Okay. Oh, now it's two different ones. Can I... Okay, no, it's just... It's zooming now. This one isn't... Because... okay. You may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back, we already read it. So I need someone to interpret. It's over to Russia. So you are aware that I don't speak Russian. Before we start talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Oh yes, the victim. Did you notice anything unusual? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. You see, the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Oh, but... I don't think you should read his private writing. Sorry about that. It could upset people. Tragic, and something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. I mean, we are talking in some language. Oh, I see. Oh, you are about to know what Saluto Takedown is. Oh, Suzato-san? Aren't you gonna aren't you going to throw the detective one of your takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, what on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return the matter of pen, namely the diary belonged to the victim. It appears to be the final sentence incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitable impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Ah, ha, 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 ha. So what was all that showing off about before then? If you will be so kind as to show me, I will be happy to read it for you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged. My dear madam. Ah. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. Whistling. These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me grab some water. Here, put this here. Open this. Put here. Put this here. Okay. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads 1:35. So 7 minutes? No. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 minutes. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Ventilator grill. Is there a ventilator? Speckled band? What on earth? What is... Is there a ventilator? Oh, the ventilator on the left. Okay, so... I talked about before ways of creating the locker room mystery. Normally, you have 3 ways. You interact behind the door of in some way, which they have established that there is no place that, like, the door is very shut down, so you cannot interact from it. There is no gap. So that was the word I'm looking for. There is no gap. The second is making some sort of timed mechanism inside the room, which could be a possibility. And the third is interacting from a different entry. There is a ventilator window to the left, and that's probably what they are referring to. So that may be how it happened. The other possibility is that the room was locked. No. The other possibility is the room was locked and then he was killed from outside the room. So, for example, someone in the window with a gun shooting him. But then they will not be able to create the crime scene. I have no idea. I never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to this, yeah. The lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Kazuma's diary has been entered into the court record. So, let me check diary. Diary was kept on his trip to London. According to the last entry he made before his death, he spilled what appears to be speckled band. Oh. Well, that's... Okay. So I believe I gave you enough to consider the timing being at least... Sorry, I have given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Oh, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter runs further investigation, I believe, and if I am too long, the seasickness takes hold. And if I am still too long, okay, standing still, like not moving around. I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are a curious breed. Our mind will rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. Exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. Why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, this. After all, you are the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no point of recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it all a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to... I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you have the face of a criminal, you know. No, really. Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Oh, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Now he's just being plain rude. A bit confused, but okay. And up he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is twisted at his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you standing there for? You must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about... After Kazuma-sama spending his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you are willing to give up? He did not leave us a clue. You're gonna roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice? You're leaving the rolling part? I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Do we? Let's carry on investigating what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to split next door. Good idea. No, situation doesn't look for me. There are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Is that the new clue? Something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh, no, it's just that the crewman is standing by the door. I feel like I've seen him somewhere. Is he the revolutionary? Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry, I was thinking they were talking about no. Fucking investigator. Ah, I'm so bad with... Mr. Justice is here. Yes, what can I do for you? I recognize that face, but it cannot be. Hello, Mr. Justice. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Well, hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. Never expect to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out on this hopeless situation. Okay, we need you to steal some shit. Let's talk. Let's see. Actually, let's save. Every time I try to play this game, something happens and fuck me over, so... Special orders. So, what are special orders this time, Inspector? Sorry, did I... No. Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Top secret classified, cannot tell you. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders was to act as Osagi-san's bodyguard. And how did you act as a bodyguard for 2 weeks without Kazuma or us knowing? Oh, maybe Kazuma did know. It was the Minister of Justice, Jikoku, who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asagi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How can there be even... How could that even have been a possibility? I'm not sure, but these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. Don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Yes, you could. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. Yes, you could have. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. So sorry. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Oh, so we are on first class. I have failed miserable at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector? So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. We are doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move it to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. Nah. Not this one. Where the fuck did you come from? No, not this one. Maybe, no. No, I think his mouth is a little too long. Well, let's wait until we see the next one. I suppose I'm not a stone away now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Sorry, I just read that and what the fuck did I say? Foul looking fellow would snap your neck in two, I suppose. I'm not just a stone away now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Stone away. Would it be possible to give me something to work with? Do you think I'm gonna need something persuasive? What do you mean? You want a bride? If I have a solid reason why the Nectar cabin should be investigated, for example, I will do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I will lay my life on the line if I have to. But I don't see how. Now, maybe you could say that him staying here is dangerous since he could mess with the crime scene, so it would be better to keep him in the room next door. What, really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. I present me with a piece of evidence that you already have in your possession. It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply press the present button and choose some evidence. Some evidence that will give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin. Alright? Okay, so you need me to explain why I want to do that. That will be the diary. What is that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange in what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grille. Speckled band, that is strange. Yes, we're trying to work out what he meant by that, and what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me the ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. The ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right, so if you could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. What is this speckled band? Is this some English word I'm not familiar with? Alright then. I cannot leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The cabin has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime. I'll have to... That's an interesting investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area, I'm afraid I cannot remove those handcuffs though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct order? A man of my word. And I promise you that I will lay my life on the line if that what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move. Is the guy just gonna be like, okay, you can go. Okay, I guess he is. January, first cabin passway. What is this doing here? Okay, anything interesting on the ceiling? No. No. The two doors look pretty identical. Finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. Sorry, just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just grab some more water. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in Steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. Nah, doesn't fit it. There's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he was sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. Suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. Suppose like people in handcuffs. Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks. Well, yeah, but I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard, and ever since I've been shut inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitiful look. Okay, examine. We have 1 screen, 2 screens. Let's start. Let's go from left to right. Oh, a trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think this is what it's called, cheese. It's made from milk of cows. I know, weird polygon cheese. Cheese? I wonder what it tastes like. You cannot eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? I have to eat what... Oh, I have to eat what... Sorry, all I have to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Who are you? I'll find a little snack for you later. Wouldn't Kazuma has just grabbed a little extra food and give you the plate one day? Cannot interact with this, can interact with this. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm? It says press only in times of emergency. Looks as though the alarm bells ringing all over the ship and bring the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have to see. What the fuck are you doing, my dude? This is an emergency situation. Do you look at these handcuffs? You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'll be in an even worse situation. Ah, I wish everything would just stop, this ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. That's a sentence. More people need to hear it. Cabin number 1, that's our cabin. Kazuma-sama. Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a Stoneway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. The cabin are the finest of the ship. My own cabin storage is number 539, by the way. How many cabins are there? Okay, I'm not gonna click on the door yet. Let me check the map of the ship. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look, the Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. It's been playing on my mind for a while now, but how is it such a huge lump of metal doesn't sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's quite simple, Naruhodo-san. Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yeah, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose. Oh, we don't get a map? I thought we were gonna get a map of the ship. It's a huge book on top of the table there. There are a pen next to it. Is there? Looks like the ship log. Shall we take a little look? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and red sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. And nothing, no reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure that rough and red is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, the last night log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Can we see it? No. This is the door and he's gonna block us. Something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I'd be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle, that burly seaman would surely shot you dead. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Let me drink some water. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too farther. No, I started with my talk of running away. There is no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Hello! Yeah, no, you don't fit the photo. Excuse me, but can I ask you something? You little Stoneway murderer? That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady maid? Oh. First time not seeing a simp? We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. Not sailor, my mother gave me name. I'm senior crewman, Beef Stroganoff. That's the best thing, it's just I love you. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you later, Mr. Stroganoff. Can I move back to my cabin? And can I talk to you? Excuse me. Now you kind of look like the photo. Let me look at the eyebrows. Nope, cannot see the eyebrow. But the mouth is kind of small. His mouth is a bit too big. Okay. Would you mind if I investigate? It's difficult to... How much do you consider the artistic of the photo? Sorry, how much can you, like, in the last, in the first case, there was a moment where I noticed that the way the meat was drawn on the icon and on the image will draw different. So unless it's very clearly one-to-one, I don't think you can really nitpick the drawings. Mr. Stroganoff, about the first-class cabin area. Here we are in the finest part of Buria's steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I left stupid Stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is no animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asobi currently occupied? Ah. Zato-san, do you understand that? Sounds like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It's not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. I mean, Sherlock is there. Could you tell us who is traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He's a very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman. Do not think about it, he has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Island. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks, and I have been in Kazma's cabin the entire time, I never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there is anyone there. Well, presumably, since the gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is said about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Hacked. Suzato-san, did you understand that? Was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way. Yes, you did. I said no. Sorry. So he did notice something. I'm not so sure. I have swore he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Okay, so he noticed something. That's good to know. This is enough. I cannot say more. Oh, it's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all. The bulkhead, oh, the door, this. To second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistle on top of the mountain, or as English says, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. I mean, I was already doing that. Oh, some of the stuff's changed. The book on top of the table. The writing is too precise, you won't be expecting. Anyway, looks here. Last night log is mostly... Is the difference just because they don't comment about him not commenting on them checking? Yep, that's the only difference. Okay. And I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be anything. Okay, now we can go in. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever is in this cabin can solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. No answer. We are out of luck, it seems. There is no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such high-pitched scream must have been a woman. Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. Where were you? Why were you not trying to get in before? Mr. Sholmes, I shall not be stopped when the fit is on me, a rival in kicking door off their hinges. Please wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. Oh, it doesn't? And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go in. There is no time to think about stress relief. Okay, a person who is not the revolutionary. But why is he dressed like it? Who are you? Oh, the window is here. Wardrobe. Oh, I also following to the left. Both fall to the left. There is something. So what made this fall was not some sort of mechanical trick, but something related to the ship itself? Since some sort of trick would not have affected both cabins, you would need to move something bigger. A Western gentleman? This man looked Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. Oh! Could this be her? But it's like this guy's on a fake nose. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there is nobody but me in this cabin. I think they have a piece of newspaper in their pocket. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out of you now. Please, excuse the intrusion, but you are Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe? Yes, that's me. You are? I am the one and only, the actual Sherlock Sholmes. You heard of me, no doubt? No. I'm a great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the cover of popular magazines. To assure you, you may trust me completely. The man used the magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady considering herself in the wardrobe this time. So might I be old to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Oh my, did you see it, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, the kid is just shocked. Cat? Leave now, otherwise I will call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, the Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it, this strange Russian man is hiding something. Could not agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before the burly sailor returns. Oh. Okay. What do you think you're doing? This is my cabin, get out. Would you perhaps have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No. Oh, what a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps the great detective could get somewhere with Miss Roylott. Okay, everything is marked as already investigated. Aside from him. you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only to address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, didn't I? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service. Oh, and it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. For now, I'm not really liking your character. Like, you are the annoying personality type. And I do normally enjoy some of the annoying types, especially the arrogant annoying types. I enjoy those. But I'm not really enjoying you. But we have time. We have a lot of time. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Vodka? Why? True, of course. But it would be... true, it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusive for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh, yes, please. Well then, what are you about to see me will stun you? But I'm about to apply my great detective greatly admire great deduction to the case. Could this man be more a hanked portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From the time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you? Or anyone? Fucking racist. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know these men beer and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. I disagree. Every time you give me a new evidence, I'm gonna make a new theory about it. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Oh, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. Huh? There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shreds, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. A newspaper. Are you not? Number two, the other conclusion I have drawn, you are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath the beer, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. The single way he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What an ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I have read about countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Is this guy not Sherlock Sholmes and he's just someone using the fucking name because he really likes the fucking book, and that is why he's kind of stupid. Is it? And now I have experienced the astonishing impact of his great deductions firsthand. And this is like a dream come true. Like, have we established that those books are based on a real person in the lore of the game, or if they are supposed to be fiction? I can hardly believe it, but other caller has drink from Mr. Roloff's face. Looks like somehow both Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could you? How could I possibly know such a thing, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at despair of conclusions. So, do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery? Let us board the train of reasoning. But plainly, let us work through my deductions together. The great deduction, the game is afoot. Chapter 1. Old Man Identity. It's gonna be a woman. So that... Oh! Okay, so this is new. There was a system on the Miles Edgeworth game, but I only played the first game a little bit. I didn't play the second game, so I don't know if this is like a polished minigame from that game or if this is a new one. But at least from the games I played, this was not a thing there. So the W's looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, we catch the eye in the first place. I do like the presentation. The presentation looks great. It's an enormous pile of shreds in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such implement? That's of course staring us in the face. Are we really just like fucking repeating what he said? But with extra steps? Please don't just be that. You are on the verge of using the shreds to cut away your compious bird you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begs this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beer, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter, do we? Regardless, if you will, this morning newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article, which you would appear to have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reviews your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headlines read Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of this article possesses extremely copious beer. Having noted the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik. Not that I heard of you myself, you understand. Not that I have heard of you myself, you understand. Okay, so this is just wrong. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, we really are just repeating but with some extra lines. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taking unawares, people have a propensity to let their eye stray, you see. I assure you, the eye speaks. Oh, because he was looking at the cat in the bag? Maybe it's a dog, it's probably a cat. We are in a Japanese and Russian, it's probably a cat. I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glances falls. The proof of your crime is set before our very eyes. The traveling case. It is time, I think, the case to be. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents lay bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealed inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, one's late enough to fit therein? Don't be absurd! And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the travel would... Sorry, and what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited into a life of crime, are we? Your careless scoop de oil betrays you. Once again, we need only for your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found on the pages of this newspaper. Or there is another most stimulating article. If we turn from the fledgling revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappeared from Shanghai. Which a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Their crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. So you met two guys and then immediately you accused both of being the same guy. Good job. Zata-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I have been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment? Ray, what can I do for you? About your deductions, would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, the newspaper article, I think we have the same discussion before, but... These two men look nothing like each other. Oh yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time I believe I told you. And the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness, Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Rylock does look more like this man than you do. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, that's not the point. Another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. First glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old inside the case, even if pushed really hard. I don't suppose that Miss Ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. Way too young. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her will be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain littleness in their body. Vinegar? Such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contour oneself to the confines of that small cable. I'm sorry. For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the coffins of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. I'm assuming there is some sort of pun here that did not translate well because, it could be just my head not working as it should because I am a little bit tired. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly, do they? Just that where he directs his attention and his logic, that seems a little off. Your idea of a little, maybe a little off itself, Mr. Susato. Just one or two keywords in his deduction that seem to have let him know. So I'm wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives? What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we unlock a true genius of Mr. Shahram's great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I thought, how could anyone put up with me? It's not that funny. And you, Mr. Goodfellow? Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Oh, you removed the handcuff. Thanks. Oh, how? When? I feel they may hinder your ability to follow me in our days of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Shams, you're a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrist before we are finished. I'm not worried, in fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and deduction is spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Swap revolutionary. Well, the obvious looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous piles of shred in your hand. Now we ask, what could you possibly want with such implement? It, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shreds to cut away your copious beer. Not sure, would you really use the shreds like that to cut off a beer? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means that the deduction is wrong. Let us try to switch a keyword here, Naruhodo-san. But how? I think we should start by taking a long hard look at Mr. Roylott. Oh, I wonder if it's really his beard that I intend to use those shreds on. Exactly. If we manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Showman's deduction better, then what? I'll leave the rest in your care. She's cutting the newspaper to make something for the animal that is on the suitcase? Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around. What exactly are Mr. Roy really gonna use those shreds on? Can I move? Sorry, I'm gonna have to... Okay, I can rotate. The game is not even trying to hide! But what is this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden lock. Oh, the color is not the point. The point is what it's doing in the back of Mr. Roylott's head. How is it growing from underneath his thick black hair? Well, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's not right here. That's the thing they want to cut. Really? Okay, how... Okay, I move like this. Can I not... Oh, I present.
Yes!
Okay. You won't... Ah, this mug. Okay, now I like it. You're on the verge of using the shreds to cut away your golden locks, so the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intended to expose. Such a lush gold hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all, you are a woman, and judging from the length and shine of your head, one still very much in her young. In your youth. Youth? Young? Youth? only I managed to cut them off my hair, no one would have suspected. Yes, they would. The question then begs this: why would you desire to rid yourselves of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. The answer is plain. We have to clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Sure, it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals our true identity is the article. Oh, that was a shock. I have no idea the owner was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Were you staring at me like that? It was quite surprised. Naruhodo-san, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducting facts with Mr. Sholmes. Just doing what we agree. I'm not having fun. Baka? Yeah, I get it. Say no more. Anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence he picked doesn't fit the facts at all. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly, he, or rather she, appeared to be a merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes, let's switch the evidence for something else. For some reason this woman needs to try to hide her true identity. I'll do my best.
Yes!
The evidence that reveals her true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you have hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear as we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich's ballet's prima ballerina. Ms. Nikolina Pavlov. Careful with the scissors. I thought I was take the whole disguise with it. How did your body size completely swap? You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. A ballerina on the run. How did you get first class cabin? Now, my second conclusion. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. The proof of this crime is over there. Oh yes, Mr. Pavlov. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their A stray, you see. And I assure you, the A speaks so much more eloquent and honestly than the mouth. There's where we seek lies where the furtive glances fall. The proof of your crime sits before our eyes. Yes, the traveling case. This woman is the ballerina and she's right in front of us, so clearly she can't be inside the traveling case. No, but it seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can't see why I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective mistakes again. You look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Are you already cheating on Kazuma? I know he is dead, but it's been like... The body is still hot, man. Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. There is a basket. Oh. Come on.
Yes!
Come on. But there is still something inside the basket. The other crime is surely this tiara. Ah. Why did you put her exposed on top of the fucking table? I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich ballet, is it not? Indeed, it appears to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reports is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. Rubies? In summary, the crime I have committed is theft. No. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawful, taking their precious tiara with you. How does this have anything to do with Kazuma's death? I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was present from me. How do you say? An heir of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is not only 15 and this girl is only 15 years old and she's run away all by herself. It must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I'll tell you everything. There is no point in hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? There is still an animal inside the basket. You have sternly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlov? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have even laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You careless coup betrays you. Once again, we need only to follow your fugitive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open the case is written in the books on the shelf. He is completely intact with his deduction now. I think Mr. Shom is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why he suddenly brought the bookshelf? Just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem like there's a reason why the young woman doesn't want to... Well, it doesn't seem like that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, true, but still. Miss Pavlova sort of did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. Must be somewhere in the same area where her gaze was in a voluntary draw. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she's hidden, reveal by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Rules because you cannot bring animals aboard. Pets are strictly forbidden. Yeah.
Yes!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside the case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open, thus revealing its contents. And as we have seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or dangerous item would move on its own accord. Disagree, but yeah, we know it's a pet. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlov. Inside our traveling case is the last item listed on the forbidden vessel, a pet. Okay. Visually speaking, I absolutely love the presentation. It's a tutorial, so it's fine, but like none of this is fucking important. I am being... Deduction complete. Elementary. The pet could be an important clue on the case, and she is going to be an important person. But I don't know. It's here just to be a tutorial. I just maybe I wish it was a bit more involved with the case itself. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I'm not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlov. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. How did she get first class? Which could not have been easy. The Buru is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Would she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave all well alone. So if it was just you about to cut off your long hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? The veritable thinking of a bell. Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, disguise myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transfer yourself into a questionable old man. I see. How did you get first class? I put on the fur hat, fake beard, and just came in here. Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page there was a picture of me. I was so frightened I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked through the annoying unlocked cabin door. So, things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. I'm not sure even talking about the same thing. There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside the traveling case? You were right, it is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say it to any of the crew, your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yeah, alright, I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It was certainly something, yeah? Just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlov has agreed to tell us what she knows. That is incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes, what? Observe your wrist. My... Ah, your hands. You're covered again. What? But how? True to my words, I have restored your shackles. When and why? Why we know? The question was when. There is a sheer shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Ah, can it really? Anyway, let us listen to what Mr. Pavlov has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma wrote about in his diary really was. This investigation is so long! This case has to be a one-day case, right? Like, there is no fucking way this is going to be the usual 3-day trial. Like, no fucking way. Okay, can I finally start investigating the room? Don't touch. I'll tell what I know, but don't touch my things. How do I say? Forbid it. Okay. Do not walk around a lady's private belongings. Hypocrite. Okay, let's talk. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest? Perhaps its steam engine exploded? Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that have happened? Miss Pavlov, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I can think about last night was what I have done whenever they would find me. Oh, all I could think about last night was what I would have done and whenever they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Oh, that's it. Now back to talking about her. You have run away from your ballet company, haven't you, Mr. Novovich? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet, and I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition, when you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine, I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet give us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I have to run away. Oh, you are like exploited. Okay. I have to run away. I have no choice. If I stay, it will have killed me. So you run away to protect yourself. Yes, and the crew of the ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. Oh, they know! That explains why you have first-class cabin. Let me come, and they could hide. That is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlov. It creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yeah, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yeah. I think we should hear Mr. Pavlov's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure. Ms. Pavlov, allow me to pose your riddle. According to the newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Bure stopped by no port last night. Oh, that's it, of course. I did not pick up on that. Huh. So, how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard? Now, I mean, we are assuming the newspaper is precise with its date. But if we assume so, then I guess, yeah. Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business. Yeah, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descends from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? It is how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. That is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Considering English is your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. The shows will say, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlov is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderful, extravagant advertisement for the advertisers of Harlock shows, in fact. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlov is going to tell us about what really happened. So the friend you mentioned inside the traveling... So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Please don't tell any of the crew. They found my precious, and the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. I mean, if they were completely okay with helping her hiding here... What sort of pet is your friend? Little puppy, is it? Maybe a little rabbit? Ah, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there, then? You may very well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bugglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friend. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you eat your friends, I remember that. Well, it would appear this friend identity is closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ah, ha, 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 ha. He obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There is something I should like to show her, I think. There is something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Present. You know what the shackle thing is? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes. And he wrote in the last night before he died something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. Strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joined to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim cabin are connected. Oh. Miss Pavlov, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned means something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? The whistling sound is probably her, she's singing. No, I don't know anything. Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? Yep, completely changed the body shape. Wow, she is fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. What? You must leave now. Oh, no, it's fine, don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out. The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out? Looks like we have to leave investigation in this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. To be continued. We are still on the investigation section. Or are we going to go to court now? No, still investigating. I wish we haven't been thrown out like that. I wish we would have managed to find some clues at what the speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able for a while longer. We will never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happens to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh yes, he completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring we were securely. This was securely back on my wrist. Okay. What's up? I wish you have a chance to look around the cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? Oh. Maybe you want me to throw you out again? Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I'll show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him. Don't think you ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Okay. Back to our... The door leads to the second. It's locked. Well, that stands to reason. Don't want to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a stern look when she said that. Okay, let's go back to our cabin. Can I talk to you now? Where's cabin? Look like they are still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscattered. What do you mean scattered? Surely you haven't forgot, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of his cabin to investigate? I was going to talk to the captain. He said he would lay his life in line for you. Oh yeah, I'm not sure but I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information. This game has a problem with repetition. Oh. Oh. Sailor! You, where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to... Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosonaga did. The new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room. You've gone back to guarding the door. Hope Inspector Hosonaga didn't find himself in too much of trouble. He really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we will have to take him for a steak at La Carnival. That could have been a long time from now, Naruhodo-san. What's up, bro? Ah, you're back. Inspector, what happened to you? Your face! Please, don't worry about it. Even the glass is broken. Oh, I did not notice the frame. Please don't worry about it. They are just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe? When I told the captain that I have given you permission to investigate, he told me he'll pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. It was nothing, really. Looked like he wasn't joking when he said he would lay his life on the line. Well, thanks to your effort, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Sherlock Holmes. I don't think he was German though. Oh, that explains it. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Justice! What? Nikolina Pavlov? She's in the cabin. Nikolina Pavlov? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please! What self-respecting ballet fun? I know the word as ballet. I don't know how you say in English. Do you pronounce the T? Fucking Give me the button to click, Google. Oh, I guess we're not doing that. But self-respecting, I'm going to call Ballet. Ballet Pun wouldn't know that graceful angel. I think I upset him there. Now that was the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh, how? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oops, now I definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitfully? If I'm honest, there is very little more I can do. My duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to Hong Kong police. Hong Kong police? So I'm just keeping watch here, trying to not take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Oh, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. What? Do tell us, Inspector, please. What is this new information you have, Inspector? This. The burial medical officer has finished examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Autopsy report. Kazuma post-mortem report. Kazuma-sama. So, what is the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. Also, big hit to the neck. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There was no obvious wound or other sign of injury. But first, I thought they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system. What weapon was used then? Bare hands. But the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object. Something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. And the body nerves run through the spine to the brain. Strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I would never have agreed to leaving you in this cabin in the first place, would I? Oh. She is feeling guilty because she cannot trust us. Yeah, suffer, bitch. The post-mortem report. Report from the Bureau giving the cause of death, cervical spine injury. There were no traces of external injury or poison. Somewhere between 1 and a little past 2, we know it was at least... No, we know he was attacked while he was writing, so around 1:35. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. The victim's neck almost certainly broke as a result of a strong blow. No obviously external wounds or trace of poison. Would a big blow like that make the area swelling and have like a big red? Yeah. I don't know. Oh, Mr. Shoma was here, was he? Yes. He seems to be enjoying himself a little too much as he creep about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he said anything at all? Actually, now that you mention, yes, just one thing. He practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish. What could he have been referring to? Shoe polish in the 800. Probably some sort of... it was a cream that you put on the shoe before scrubbing it, right? Right. Was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass. Oh, this thing? Oh, the black thing! Okay, yeah, okay. Perhaps he was talking about the brick-colored mark, do you think? Oh, yes, that must be it. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that this is shoe polish? Oh, that leaves me cold, I'm afraid, but I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan, a sort of dark brownish red then? Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repair them for him. Oh, does this mean this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed as he was dragged through the floor from outside? Okay. And scuff mark made by his shoes. But then, if he was killed outside and then brought in, that doesn't fit the fact that his diary was cut in the middle of a sentence. I don't know if it was cut in the middle of a sentence. What they say allude to that, but it could just be he made one entry, two entry, and then he didn't make the third entry. It doesn't, like, I was assuming he was like in the middle of, like, you can see some letters of a word, but not the rest of the word. But if he finished the second sentence and then he didn't start the third, then he couldn't be outside, or at least not in the desk. That is really, I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewman's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. I still don't have a suspect. Not you. I don't think it's Stroganov. He seems like a trustworthy fellow. And it's not you. It could be you. Fucking like you, bitch. Poor Inspector, he looked exhausted. Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asugi-san. It was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friend. The truth is, I seem to have taken it seems I have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That is interesting. My head's still troubling too. Can we talk about that? No. Can we investigate? Oh, now we can investigate this. Something was spilled. Ocean Road for wardrobe. Oh, either way, one fact remains. Hard to imagine Kazuma-sama would have written his last words in Russian. It begs the question, who did write it? This is where writing the diary. It's impossible to believe he's gone. Kazuma left valuable clues in the words, I'm sure of it. This is the ventilation. Minutes before he died, he saw something, a speckled band. We probably have been able to shred some lighting, but she seems to be baffled as we are. I wonder if she stole everything. Not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. All the books provide the passengers occupied this cabin and neatly arranged. They were all over the place when you first looked around, if you remember. Yes, then you tied it up. You shouldn't. You have to look after ship property. Unruly behavior in the cabin leads to damage. Really wasn't me who knocked them over. Oh, anyway, I feel much better now that they are neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untied. Can we check this again? Beautiful color, the glass. There's the which we assume is shoe polish. How can a detective be so sure? It's shoe polish. He's a great detective. No new information about his katana, or the foot, or the door, the roofs. Other dangerous objects. Pets are forbidden. Being pets aboard she has broken the rules. She called it her friend. Although I don't know what form this friend takes yet. Most certainly whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case. Friend, there is more to this, it seems, I think. It's gonna be like, it could just be like a fucking snake or something, and that's what we saw. Okay, I don't think there is anything else to do here. Go back to the passage. There we go. Ah, look, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganov has gone. No? The burly Russian sailor who is always crossing his arm and glaring at us. Oh, all these Russian names are impossible. Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounds like someone is singing. Tra-la-la-la-la. I did it. The great detective way. I'm not gonna try to sing. I know that's a lark-like voice. Well, never mind that. This is a good opportunity for us. You're right, I must seize it. Let's get inside her cabin and investigate. For that, the string knot crewman comes back. Oh, Stroganov, not stringy knot. Can I just go there? Yes. January 9, the Buria, for escaping. Miss Pavlov is not back yet. The case is open. Susato-san. Oh, where is she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things. There is no moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can. Suppose you're right, for Kazuma's sake. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? It cannot be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? Now you believe me? Just after seeing the inspector, now you believe me. We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to. Yes, we will. We have to see his conviction. Would seem this teapot is empty. Natural conclusion, Russians are very thirsty. Or maybe Pavlov only came into this cabin last night. She haven't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, could be either. It definitely that she's thirsty. I lay 1,000 on it. You are the obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san? I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Doesn't look like it's being dropped, more like it was put there deliberately. Oh, do you think there could be a leak in the roof? Really? Is this ship safe? I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship's gonna sink. No, you're right. Of course, you're right. She's trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Suppose every cabin every cabin has a waste paper basket. Shall we have a little look and see what she threw away? Naruhodo-san, poor etiquette to go sniffing through someone's rubbish, you know? Those eyes, she look at me like a piece of garbage. However, though these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly, we have no choice. There's hardly anything at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. There are a few books on the desk, nothing else. Well, Miss Pavlov only ran away from the ballet last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any longer. I'm just gonna call ballet. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read. Let me see. Yes. It would seem Miss Pavlov enjoys reading. Books written in Russian. Thanks, I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that. The statues being tilted over in both rooms is absolutely a big thing. I do wonder when it's gonna come into place. All the books have toppled over together. I do think it could be connected to the closer room. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door, in Kazma's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlov was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase? I don't know, would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Alright then, must have been you. You lost our temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Not everything that bad that happens in ship is because of me, you know. She disagrees. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight up in here too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Why do you put a hole here? I don't think there's not gonna be anything interesting here. A special friend. Probably investigating. I hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it too overboard. Yes, so do I. Nothing. We cannot investigate that. This is the ventilator connects to Cosmo's cabin. Yes, although with a fool of a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Maybe it's so that if there is a gas leak next door, the occupants of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw speckled band coming out of this ventilator. No clue what that means. Oh my, this Pavlova case is open. Completely empty inside, but according to the great detective Great Deduction, she was hiding her special friend there. A friend you have kept she have to keep secret. Because you're not allowed to be pets. I wonder what kind of animal she have. More to the point, where is it? Hodo-san, are you there? Sorry, I'm right here, yes. Why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There is no place like home. Believe me, I don't have a strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know? Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they are all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova friends hiding in there, but no such luck. I think this is the last thing. Some simple sort of bolted latch. The bolt draw across. There is no way anyone could enter the cabin from outside. Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? Still, it won't slide across on its own accord, would it? If the bolt is tilted enough? No, and the door is made of metal, so there is no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. Game is covering some tracks. And it seals out perfectly to stop any seawater coming in, so no gaps around. You couldn't use the method you told me of passing the thread to the crack around the closer door. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why she suspects me. We done? Done. That's a misclick. Okay, let's leave the room then. And Sherlock's probably gonna be here. No! Let's go in our own cabin. No, which means there's something else for us to do yet. I don't think there is... this thing? One of these next to... Sorry, there is one of these next to the bed in Kazma's cabin too. Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't... A bell cord? Okay. She barely hesitated there and she gave it a good tug too. Oh, sorry. I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We are trying to investigate in secret. Any other object? No, I don't think so. No, 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 no. 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 Okay. Now we are done. No, no, no. Maybe. Oh. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look. Wow, you never know when he's gonna turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Okay. I did it the great detective way. I'm not gonna try to sing whatever he is singing. Singing is not for me. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Or he's simply in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. Frank Sinatra? And for you all, when there was doubt, lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I started all, and I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes? What is it, you wanna fight? Honestly, interrupt a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climax finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any. I love this animation. I very nearly dropped on the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Oh yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship log, as pinned by the stockily built crewmen who usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship log. And did you find anything useful from it? Well, after 2 AM this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means there was nothing to report, nothing of note happened, so... Ha 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 ha. You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You have been utterly blinded by it. If there is nothing to report, it's because he have to leave his post. Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Something happened and you have to go to take care of it. Observe the other pages and all shall become clear. You'd see the same crewman of stand sentry in this first... Often! You would see the same crewman often stand sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of reporting nothing to report every half an hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report. Precisely, to put it simply. The seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship log from last night is largely blank. He didn't write nothing to report. Do you mean? Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains mystery for now. But we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it causes the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report on the log. Sorry, just a sec. Sorry about that. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship log in your mental file. The ship log. Now, that deduction was worth for a great detective. Oh, okay. Oh, magnifying glass. Magnifying glass, sorry. Okay. 9 January, beef stroganoff. Nothing to report, nothing to report, nothing to report. And then 1:30, something happened and he couldn't focus for the rest of the night. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is. I see what makes Shom's brilliant. Sorry, and you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Shom's brilliance. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to have afflicted with a troubling head this morning for some reason, nothing more. So you're the third person with it. So what's up with that? It's not the food because Naruhodo basically is not being able to eat food. Probably had something in the air. The air, no, that is a reach. I don't know. I have some ideas, but none of them really fits the. Maybe because of the boat, they're hitting their heads in the wall as they sleep. No, that's stupid, and they will have noticed. Maybe just seasickness. No. Altitude change leading to headache, but all three of them and not her. Poison? The air ducts? Nah. Not sure. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear as he wanders off the passage. Something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought? It's just... Well, I feel the same. Oh, so she's also with a headache. But since I woke this morning, I have something of a headache. Okay, so every person we talked to about that has reported that they have a headache. Which means it's something that is affecting everyone equally. So poison is back on the menu, I guess? Sort of continuous troubling. You two? That's a misclick. No, the clicking I'm hearing is from the game itself. This could be our chance. We don't need to do that. We have already investigated. Okay, let's move and see if someone new is in somewhere. Don't think so. Ding, 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 ding. The alarm has. A body has been found. Shut down the engine immediately. Vessel sign a quarter-mile for. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. Oh, fun. I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? I can't stand. Okay, let's look at the books and the boat. Zato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thanks, Naruhodo. Okay, yep, that's how it was. Something that made the ship tilt, which is why the books were tilted in both of the rooms and the boat is locked. Okay, so that's how the locked room was done. Okay, look like we avoid a collision. I think. Yeah, the ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga? Is that you in there, Naruhodo? Unbolt the door quickly. The boat? Look at that. The door is bolted. Did you do that, Sato-san? No. Oh, that's strange. How? Oh, in the books. Okay, so I get it. We need to organize and tie up the books to point to the clue that connects both. But at the same time, it's like very much she messing around with the crime scene when like the seaman would not have allowed her to do that. It feels a bit Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I better tell her this place first. Do we? Just unlock the fucking door. Our violent emergency stop has solved one mystery at least in a very vivid way. But I knew what that would await us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around, tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continue. Again. Are we gonna get to the fucking courtroom today? Miss Pavlova cabin. Somehow the door to the cabin we were ended up being bolted after we made an emergency stop. Sato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh, she's not wearing her disguise. What are you doing, Miss Pavlova's quarters? Oh, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we are fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were gonna collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so extremely difficult to see. One must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything's chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Something triggered the alarm? Does that mean someone pressed that button? I wanted to press the button. You wicked intruder dressed all in black. You are the devil. Sorry, me? What? You opened my traveling case. How could you? Oh! No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlov. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector. Yes. Arrest this man. I know he did it. He's a criminal. It's not enough he has to kill the man. Duh, and he's Stoneway as well. If Dixon promises not to steal chicken, do you believe it? Taking away, he's a trespasser as well as everything else. Running away, trespassing, killing, she's right. You are the devil. Doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong and we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the Captain Good's nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I got to find a solution. Immediately. Ooh. Am I gonna get... Don't touch anything. Really? I'm not enjoying you. Miss Pavlov, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry, but get out. You just need to investigate. No use, she's not gonna listen. I need to find someone who will. Please, just give me a little more time. Nothing, I do nothing for you. Except show you the ship prison cell. Thanks, but no thanks. But I'm innocent, I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing and stowing away? Well, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues and... Enough, you are guilty. Ship cell is the only place fit for you. Come on, there has to be someone. Oh, Monsanaro, of course. You got yourself into a difficult situation here, but entering the cabin uninvited. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. Sorry, I'm afraid there is nothing more I can do to help you. To push my luck any further, a punch to the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlov's cabin. Now that this happened, I will have to report to the captain at once. I really need some help here. Okay. What the... What are you doing up there? Miss Jones. Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one head. I have not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not. This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from the hook before then? Then the obvious, to properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubies. Naturally. I wish to determine if it would have been that conceited looking hook on the wall so full of breath. Sorry, I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited looking hook on the wall so full of brag and bounce. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Ah, you again. The great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than in a hook on a wall next time. What is to report? Speak. An early report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Ordia, has been solved. By me, naturally. What? Oh, so she knows. Really? Because she should not give a fuck about it. Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanation exists. So, allow me to eliminate all your minds. What I'm about to review, my great detective greatly admire great attention to the case. You solve it, even the hedgehog understands this case. We all know who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when he found the criminal in wardrobe. It is the Stoneway and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it. The trouble is there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everybody knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in the Detective Moss stories. Locked room, that is point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There is no way the boot have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. Entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What are the entrances? We never discover one. Why? It gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man. Oh, is her pet is a poison snake or something like that? And he's gonna say that the snake crawled through that and then poison him or something like that? No, but we did establish blow to the neck. What pet could do a blow to the neck? Not sure. Well, a snake could like constrain your neck. Nah. And we do need someone who will write the message in Russian. Well, she could. If her pet somehow accidentally killed Kazuma, she could have gone inside the room and then written the message in Russian as a mistake. Nah, that is rich. That's no. No. I don't think she is the killer. We need a prime suspect. You think this is funny? The only thing we know is that the killer is Russian. I cannot even put my arms through that hole. That because our arms are as thick as tree trunks. You suggest that the culprit entering and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Okay, so the thing we saw was her pet. Okay. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma wrote in his diary? You can hear a faint whistling sound, snake, and then a speckled band. Don't know what this is. Dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. What does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. The tiara? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I'm ready. What I'm about to expose for all you to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! What the... Oh yeah, okay, so it was a snake. Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the speckled band. Snake? Indubitable. And that's the whistling sound he heard. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? I don't know what this word means. But I should have googled this before. Speckled. Something covered in small dots or dots of different colors. Okay. It looks more strippy, wouldn't you say? Yeah. I think in this case you'll have to call it the stripped band, wouldn't you? Heh. You both see and observe with distinction. However, are you colorblind? Do you not think that it is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? Is it a trap? How? I think perhaps it's time to explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlov? Sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the fact. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim cabin. Ah. And number two, the same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No. He turned white as a bowl of rice again. Holmes must be right, he hit the nail on the head. His young woman friend killed Mr. Asogi and then written a message in Russian? It looks like he can speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Kalasham is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Again? Okay. The game is afoot. Intruder's identity. Mr. Pavlov, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrible events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is this very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim cabin on that what is this word? This game has a lot of words I'm not familiar with. Portentous. Off or like a portent. The fuck is a portent? A sign of worry, especially something mental calamity. Okay. On that, like horrible, imminent. Why, naturally, it was the friend with you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writing serpent we see before. Is it not? And yet, the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell us of a speckled band. Whenever it's regrettably, the specimen markings do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was that sign that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me, this has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does, you have the answer to this conundrum even now, hiding behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying to conceal can only be the snake's logged skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shred its original skin. When the snake shreds the skin, do they change its partner? I didn't know that. I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, to the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side of the bridge, the serpent silently descended to the victim's quarters. In a dim light, it appears to the young gentleman who was why is it closed if the books haven't fallen yet? Was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snakes whose markings change each time it's lost its skins. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would have been found in the deepest depths of India. Beloved speckled snake. Oh, Mr. Asogidai. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. Okay, I love this shot. How did this young man lose his life and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injuries. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible pop venom. Now, if we take this as fact, you can reasonably imagine that remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. No, could there be? Yes, an examiner of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fang will soothe the true. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point in feigning ignorance, Miss Pava. You can just say this is not a poisonous snake. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glaze betrays the hidden place you chose. That's right. You hide the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the traveling case. When we first met in the... Is it possible that this doesn't have an actual courtroom and it's a full case in the investigation? No. They wouldn't do that, would they? Would they? When it first came to my attention, then your case moved periodically. No, because again, someone wrote the fucking message in Russian. We do have a killer. And it's not her. It's not her. Your sympathetic assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't... Is it telling that the victim made note? Is it telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end? That was her signal, was it not? The sound you have used to train your serpent friend. To train? Indeed, you put the serpent through the ventilator and wait. After the period, you submit it back with a whistle. You couldn't have known if the animal had done its duty, so you will listen to signs of life. Nah, that doesn't make any fucking sense, because if that was what happened, he would have died before writing it down. If the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, you would release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? I mean, why would she need to whistle for it to be back after done with the job? Not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and out the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fang in once. Its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the spectred band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt, my logic is infallible. Death by venomous snake bite. And now we fix his mess. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Miss Pavlov have trained her pet snake as a killing machine. Sorry, just a second. There, on the floor, you observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You solved the mystery! Amazing, your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Holmes had become such a household name. My dear friend. It was nothing remarkable, as the Russians say. I could have done it with one left hand. Could I venture your opinion, Mr. Holmes? But of course, what's on your mind? Just about the deduction, some things don't really make sense. I welcome questions as to my method. I will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. They don't drink milk. You are well informed, and reptiles don't drink milk. Okay, so it really is not her pet. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see? So I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Mr. Pavlov used some sort of other trick to encourage her pet to do her biting. Milk was merely an example, the logic holds. Well, there's something else. Snakes have no ears. Oh. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. But man, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snake that dances to the sound of a flute? I think perhaps the pharmacy played the music in time with the snake natural movement. Oh, okay. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take out on snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There is one other thing. There is more? Snakes use scales on their belly to propel themselves. So I'm not really sure that snake could manage to climb up a flat belt cord like the ones in these cabins. Ah, snakes can climb. Depending on the race, but some snakes can really climb shit. Then you should try harder. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. My point is, even if the snake have gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine that a snake could have been a part in this. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I have a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. What am I waiting for, Miss... Just what am I waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm liking the color parter in this shit. Kinda makes me think of my chat window. A brighter color outside and a darker inside. I'm gonna remember that. Anyways, yeah, right. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to my wrist again. What? Oh, to your wrist. You've done it again. Your handcuffs are gone. Where did they gone? Fear not, I shall see they are restored after a workshop. So, one of your expertises is lockpicking and magic hand tricks. Sleight of hand? Sleight of hand? I really wish you lived enough. Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Intruder identity. Sorry? Miss Pavlov, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me, yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, what we recall those horrible events, your aching heart. She does have a plain expression, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind, but I'm not sure Mr. Holmes has read her quite correctly. Would there be some other way to interpret her expression? Look really closely. Her hand? Claw marks! Oh. Well, that's the fucking cat right there.
Yes!
And the cat was like a black cat, so that's not what we saw. Yes, when you recall those horrible events, the claw scratches is marked with pen. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wood is fresh. Miss Pavlov, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I said the pain from this wound is worse. It is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on the potatoes What are those knights? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded the vessel, was it not? As expected, another Telltale Glaze. Without doubt, your friend is the wrinkly serpent we see before us. So that scratch mark was made by her friend. Snakes don't have claws. Show the friend. And then... photograph.
Yes!
You're looking over this photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlov? Let us not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no, the frame that is your friend. Huh? Sorry. I have to fucking pixel hunt? The friend is the fucking cat in the photo. Oh, do I have to click the photo first so they examine it? And that will change it off. Okay. Look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavla brought with her when she ran away. Oh, the bell! That's where the bell is from. She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yeah, that's true. Personally, it's the little black creature she is holding that caught my eye. Let's take a closer look.
Yes!
Oh god, did this snake eat the cat? The kitten? Your friend is little kitten we see before us. The scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Kitty. Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The fuck is this snake? The victim's written observation of the night in question tells of a speckled band. Whenever regrettably, the specimen's marking do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was the sign that fell before the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. It has nothing to do with any of this. Or it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now hidden behind her back. Yes, that which you are trying to find concealed can only be the snake's loaded skin. Did you see? She just laughing her partner won't have ever known. Yes, flies like these are Mr. Schmumzak's speciality. He ever so cleverly forced her to reveal real something. I thought deduction was his speciality, or maybe making me believe that was applied to you. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is she hiding? Oh! It's like a... It's a toy. Well, it's speckled, it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And there is a hand. It's a cat toy, some sort of common... How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase bands around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. But you only need to wave in front of them and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. It is.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you're trying to, but failing to conceal, it's a cat's toy. Precisely, in the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. It was a toy that you then go through the ventilator. You wave it around the presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. The cat was disappeared to the ventilator and she was trying to make it grab and then she would pull the cat back. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator in the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlov attempted to use the speckled cat toy to incite the creature to return. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlov, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue-bred breed of a cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlov. And her friend, kitty named Darka, the tiara she would wear on stage can also be seen. So, for two things. And the bell. Three things. It was after I gave her her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up to the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she have disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. Beloved kitten. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. She was able to get the cat eventually since the cat was inside her bag today, which is good. Hope the cat is safe. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injuries. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible poison. There was no poison. Let's just give him the autopsy report.
Yes!
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Oh yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervic vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seeming strong enough isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. You have a belly button window. Now, if we take that as fact, and we can reasonably imagine that there is evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh, could there be? Yes, examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusive. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility, yet no weapons have been found. Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and killed him. Possibly have a fall and hit the ground awkward? Could have been a terrible act of misfortune, then he broke his neck completely by accident. Yes, a bad fall could explain. Rather hard to imagine Kazuma, though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Anything the scene could explain what happened? Aside from the marks on the floor, we really don't have anything else, so I'm gonna go with that. Yes, an examination of the marks on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. The particular mark, so prominent, visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish on the bottom of his shoe. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of a shoe polish. And the color of the polish is perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi lanced leather shoes. Looking at the mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened, is it not? For some reason, Miss Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Did he step on the cat by mistake? Please no. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered. In that instant, he lost his life. No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this. That really true, Miss Pavlov? What about the evidence left at the scene where Miss Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are clear as day to me. You did also you couldn't conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hidden place you chose. That's right, you hide the evidence that links to the victim's death and the traveling case. Cannot be true, I do not accept it. Need some sort of clue. It's not gonna be the tiara. I'm gonna go with the basket.
Yes!
Because the... No? Yes? No. I was thinking it was the second half of the bell. There's nothing in the travel. Aside from these two, what else do we have? We have the tiara, we have the traveling case, the basket. I guess we do tiara?
Yes!
Doesn't seem right. No. Okay, so... What? Well, there are only 3 words I could find. I can only find these 3. And it's not A, it's not B, and C is what it originally was.
Yes!
Oh! Do I have to click on the sheet to investigate it, and then after investigating, the name is gonna fucking change, and then you can click on it? Oh, occupying app. Oh, fuck you, game.
Yes!
Fuck you. That's right, you had the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air effect. Precisely, we found another piece of the broken glass on the floor in his Asogi cabin. And as you can see, the 2 pieces fit perfectly together. No. So, Miss Pavlov, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that the part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? Ah. You're well acquainted with the glass bell, are you not? I don't know. Is that the hushed Russian accent of yours? Wouldn't save you this time, dear girl. I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlov. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inexplicable fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka. This is such a gigantic shit for honestly not that much new information. Like, this time the information is very relevant, since we are discussing what actually was happening in the night. But and the presentation, it's gorgeous. I really, really love the style. The problem is just I am already finding the pacing of this game to be a bit slow, and that shit just slow down to a crawl. Especially because we have to see the entire presentation wrong first before seeing a second time now fixing it. I wish we would fix it on the first try. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Death by tripping over a cat. Still doesn't explain a bunch of shit. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlov? That was exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. Gonna put a save here. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I haven't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hand. Sorry, just a second. Okay. Sorry. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes, and I have to read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, I thought it safe to try to lure the So at that point, you thought it was safe to lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy to the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. But the fate whistling sound Kazuma wrote about was Miss Pavlov trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the dark, in the shadows when frightened. Yep, and if she doesn't want to be found, you're not gonna find her. So yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just have to wait until she have calmed down. But then I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. And afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Cosmo was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victims stepping on the glass belt and tripping up. The SS Buddha is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. Miss Asuki was already off balance as a result of the ship lurking when the kitchen got under his feet. A combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet, Darka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my keys. And now she disappeared again. Gracious, but that cat is insufferable, relentless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke up this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine have died. But I couldn't have bring myself to tell anyone what happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is the snake? The snake wasn't your friend, then who is it? Where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board of the ship? Oh, didn't say? Snake is my friend. His name is Pirovsko. What? That snakes belong to you? He escaped from cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him here. Yeah, how did that snake got into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ah, we're at sea for 1 year. You want me to belong without close friend, without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human to understand? Shut the fuck up, Naruhodo. Don't talk like that to pets. My dear burly fellow. A gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. It's not venom. No venom. What? Pirovsko does not have venom. He's harmless, very long but very gentle. He's adorable like Trini. It's not venomless? Yeah. Now he's hungry, so he's in bad mood. But once you feed him, you will see a big smile. And you feed him what? Like they say, milk chickens? Ridiculous snakes that drink milk are only a stupid story. Ruffs eats mouse. Big, fat, round mouses. Oh, so that what a mouse trap in the snake in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes in their eyes right now. I guess you are not a Russian revolutionary. Refuse to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venom. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? Not my fault. I do not make up stories. And Pirovsko has nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Nope. Please give me a to be continued so I can stop for the day. Miss Pavlov? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're gonna attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But... what are you talking about, Miss Mokotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlov just confessed everything. It was just a matter of unfortunate events, an accident. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yeah. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlov's story, I'm sure of it. Just can't put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Miss Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you're not being finding your shackles too uncomfortable. And again, when did he do that? Especially as they are on a risk as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked an important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owe him my freedom even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. We can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really die. About how the scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I will see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin? Yes. What should we ponder first? Is the victim who lost his life in the cabin that was bolted shut? Is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from inside? Was this truly an unfortunate accident, or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. Well, we have already established, haven't we? The man tripped over a kitten that has climbed over in his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Just a second, sorry. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell out for me, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. There is a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlov's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand. Time to present the evidence. This one.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There is no way Mr. Asuki could have left this message on the floor. That script is Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. See what you mean? Most people will leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. It's a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. It doesn't seem very likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way Mr. Asuki could have left this message on the floor. And the reason for that is clearly stated in here. Damage to the instant death. Instant death. Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't have possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead. Sorry. It's getting late. That's not the only reason either. There is something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't have possibly been there if what Miss Pavlov told us was true. What? Oh, so that the son has noticed then. There's something else that gives the truth away. This? Oh, no. Sorry, my... inside... the... article... there is his diary. I guess the diary is the only option?
Yes!
No, is it the cause of death? Something to show that it was not an accident.
Yes!
No, I am generally... Okay, let's look at everything for a second. The paper. Cosmo would stick over the doors in the water. It says keep Japanese. No, not sure. Not sure what the connection would be. No, no, no. The mark on the floor points to an accident, so it's not that. Chip lock I've already done. I guess the paper is the only thing that's left.
Yes!
Now, what? Can I present people? Can I present a different thing? Yeah, I am very sleepy. Review scene. Not paper. It's not the newspaper. It's not the diary. It's not postmodern. The marks on the floor because of the way it was cut. Let's present this shit again. Let's go with this because we need to understand.
Yes!
Oh, it was that. This, the piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. That's the glass bell the kitchen have around its neck. You already know about it, about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. You already have a satisfying explanation. What's the flaw? But there's a big flaw, a fatal flaw. Fatal fury. How did one half of the bell end up? Oh, that's a good point. Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlov? No, both of these people of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That's when Miss Asogi died. When Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilty. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi. You're wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was no boat to the ship going by. There was no went in and out. Yes. And the only person when the young Kamina was
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were sure inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details? But I don't know Russian. There is no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There is no way you could have left that message. To be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I have been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked a glass block for fear of becoming evidence that would show Misasuke really died. That would show how. But why would this person have taken all the pieces of bell away? Leaving half behind was gonna raise questions. Well, yeah. It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. A small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light on the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Oh, that's why he has the mark. Immense strong love? Miss Nina is a woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skill and she went away to join a ballet company. But before she was dancer of the ship, a member of ship band. You do not accuse Ship Angel of being criminal. So that's it. You said that when Youngsun died, Nina was there in his cabin? But that is not possible. I gave my tooth. Well, that is most interesting. Why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You're a great detective, should know. Look through in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted from inside. Nobody could go into the cabin, not Nina, not anyone. Or won't you tell me the killer can walk through locked doors? Nah, it's impossible. He is right. Oh wait, I heard about this in detective stories. Who often tie threads around door latch so they can open and close those from outside. Thread? Are you stupid? This bulkhead are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are quite watertight doors, as one would be expected to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap inside, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested early, so... How could you shift it into Mion like that? So, Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in that very cabin, we can see the traces of the method that I have in mind have been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? What do they do if someone left the cabin unlocked to just, you know, leave the ship and then it closes by itself behind? Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the cabin door from outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. You really know what Mr. Shomes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you, because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes!
Look at the bookcase. See how other books and things have toppled over? They must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right, it's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown to the reverse, a violent joint goes across the entire ship. Small objects that are faster down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it is what is known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects. Is there nothing Santo-san doesn't know? Or maybe there isn't in her book at least? Is her book just Wikipedia? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Sorry about that. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made early. We have come into this cabin not long before and we haven't bolted the door. But then, we don't need a flashback for this. Oh yeah. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the boat flew across and locked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by a ship, so the change of speed. Or the force of the inertia, if you want to call it that. Are, you tried to say that last night, maybe after Mr. Asogi was killed? And it closed and fell. There we go. SS Burium made another emergency stop. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books around on the shelf have toppled over and all its ornaments. It was almost as if someone have run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yeah, I remember that. I stood there up all night, all again, right? Then when we came to this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing happen here. All the books and everything have toppled over just to see Miss Asogi cabin. Do you have anything to say, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Burium made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, sorry. God, I am very sleepy. So that's enough. Are you forgetting the button? Yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you to only press the button in case of an emergency. On dark nights when the fog is dense, Captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be present, whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with the ship? I report you to Captain, you are in much trouble now. No, I'm sure I can wait until much later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the doors on the cabin door is lights closing. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing. Okay, I need to stop. I am dying here. I'm very sleepy. I'm sorry for stopping in the middle of the climax. But it has to be done. So, as always, thank you very much for watching today's stream. If you're interested in watching more of my content live, I try to stream on Twitch every day. If you're interested in watch some of my old content, I try to archive everything on my YouTube channel. Once again, thank you very much for watching and hopefully you will join me tomorrow. Bye bye!